there, my name's Zena and I write a parenting, travel and lifestyle blog called Zena's Suitcase. Thanks very much for stopping by today and thank you to everyone who's subscribed to my YouTube channel. That really does mean a lot. I'm really conscious that I've not actually done a vlog for a while. You might have seen my daughter in the toy reviews that we've done recently, and we've got some more of those coming up, and they are super cute. So if you like toy reviews or you've got little ones that like toy reviews, please do check them out and let me know what you think. There's always a comment box below to let me know what's going on with those. Today though, there's so much that I have going on in my head that I don't get to cover on my blog. I just thought we'd sit down and I could have a cup of coffee and a quick chat. I've been blogging all morning, so it's nice to do something a little bit different. One person that doesn't feature all the time on my blog is my teen, and partly, you know, he's 18 years old, he's very self-sufficient, but there's been a few things going on with him that I just wanted to talk to you guys about. One, just to see what you think, really. Firstly, a really major thing happened. He passed his test back in January. He passed first time, which was awesome, and between me, you and the gatepost, it really surprised me because he only had driving lessons. We didn't do any additional practice, but it's obviously something that he's just taken to. When he first passed, I tried to get him insured on my car, and I knew it was going to be a bit of a blow financially, but the insurance company wouldn't have a bar of it, partly obviously because of his age, and I think it might have had something to do with the fact that we had 3 months left of that policy. So no matter how much I'd have paid, if he'd have had an accident, they wouldn't have recouped any of the money. But that's my theory, but hey ho. So we had to wait till that policy expired, and that happened this month, and we put him on, and I happened to be away at the time. When I come home, I said, "So have you used the car yet?" He said, "No, I didn't know whether I'd be allowed." I was like, now come on son, I've paid all this money for you to be insured on the car, and I'm not going to turn around and tell you that you can't use it. So I think he was a little bit nervous because he passed in January and he felt a bit rusty. So we went out for a little bit of a drive, and obviously it was a different car and we took it really steady, and you know, he stalled and it was a bit, you know, but you know, bless him, he cracked on, and when he got stressed I took over, gave him 5 minutes out, and then when there was another opportunity said, well, let's give it another go. I think he felt like he needed to go out on his own, so he said, "Oh, can I drive to work?" because he has a little job at Morrison's. I was like, okay, and literally my heart was in my mouth. I was like, text me when you get there. You know, when he comes in, I'm like, anything happens? And it's just that I have a natural instinct to worry and care about him. But my son is very sensible. I'm not entirely sure how that came about, but he is. So he's been driving a little. He's taken his friends to school, which again, when you have lots of different people in the car, you're like, oh, are they all going to be sensible? Is it going to be okay? But so far, touch wood, everything's going all right. So that's one major change that we've been getting used to. The other is he's been going out into town. Now I live in Nottingham, and Nottingham in terms of going out is, you know, it's got a lot to offer, but he's not really a drinker. I'm very, very lucky. He doesn't like alcohol. He's not interested in alcohol. You know, he likes to socialise, but in the next breath, you might have noticed on the blog, he's a bit of a gamer, probably a bit more on the side of geek than not, and it doesn't really interest him. Now his friends turned 18 and he wanted to go out clubbing. I was like, oh, how is this going to pan out? He's got a girlfriend and she was going, so he had to go, one, because it was his friend, and two, his girlfriend was going. So, you know, obviously there's some obligations there. You can't just go, oh, I don't like it, I'm not going to go. Bless him. The next day, he came home. Well, he came home at some point during the night, and I spoke to him in the morning. He was like, it costs £7.50 to get in. I was like, well, you know, welcome to the real world. Fortunately, he doesn't drink, so he didn't spend an awful lot of money on cokes. But he wasn't impressed. You know, when you look at clubbing without your drunken eyes that I used to have when I went, you know, they're dirty, toilets are shocking, they're expensive, they're loud, and there was nothing about it that he enjoyed at all. And I feel really sorry for him in a way, because he's 18, he's going to be going to university in September, and this, you know, he's going to need to find other social activities that he can enjoy with his friends that aren't around drinking, so that he's not socially excluded. So I just hope he stays conscious of that, because there are still loads of things you can do without drinking being involved. I'm very lucky too, he's very comfortable in his own skin, so he's never felt like he has to join in with people, and this is why he's so like he is. But bless him, he's got to another party invitation this week, and they was filling me in on what they're doing, and they're going to the house for a barbecue, and then at midnight they're going to be heading into town. I'd say he likes to be in bed at 10. I wouldn't say he goes to sleep at 10, because then there's whatever he does on his phone or whatever he watches on YouTube, etc, etc. But the thought, I can see the pain in his eyes, the thought of having to go out at midnight is just a bit too much for him. But again, he's going to do it, it's a friend, they're turning 18, his girlfriend's going to be there. Bless him, I feel for him. Obviously the other major thing that's going on with him is his exams, and I've been really thinking about what I need to do to support him, and in some respects there isn't really a lot. It really is down to him now, and I don't know what stance you take if you've got a teenager who's about to do their exams. It's a really big deal, and it's really important to me that he does well in his exams, and that he wants to go to Manchester University, and I'd really love for him to go there. The course that he wants to do wants 3 A's, I think. So he's got a lot on his shoulders, but there's nothing I can really do. Do you know what I mean? I can't stand over him and make him revise. It's his choice. If I did that, it would just then become about me being a bossy parent and not about the work he needs to achieve. I try to, you know, I'll go into his room and say, come on, son, you need to tidy the room up. Being organised is a part of doing well and being successful in your exams. Obviously making sure that he's fed well and, you know, looking after himself, and also has different diversionary activities, you know, that he's playing some sport, he likes basketball or whatever. But in terms of what I can actually do to encourage him to revise and do well in those exams, I feel a little bit the best thing for me to do is sort of nothing, because I'd only add stress to the mix, really. And it really is his responsibility now. You know, in September when he goes to uni, he'll be doing it for himself. So it's a stressful time. I think I see my role as trying to minimise the stress. So one, not laying it on thick about what he needs to be doing, because he knows what he needs to be doing. The school that he goes to, we're very lucky, they support the kids around all of the revision programme. They have a really detailed revision programme because they want the grades, basically. So it's in everybody's best interests. But I'm just kind of taking a back seat, really. I'll hold my breath. This happened at his GCSEs. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen here. When his results came, I was a bit, has he really done enough work? But he did exceptionally well. I think there were 6 or 7 A stars across his strong subjects. He sat his sort of A2s, are they called now, or ASs as we would have known them. And he got 2 A's and 2 B's, which again are incredibly strong results, but he does need to just work on those a little bit. I really hope he does well, and it's one of those things, you know, as a parent of a teen, it's all out of my control now. You know, as you might know if you read the blog, I've got a 2 and a 4-year-old, and I'm very much in control of what goes on in their lives, and I'm giving them those strong directions about their behaviour and their guidelines and what they need to do. But that's, you know, for a teenager, that kind of stuff, it's not that they don't need you, but it's all about putting some faith and some trust and giving them a responsibility, because that's how they really learn, I think, when they get to this point. There are still parts of him that I see, there's still a child there who wants to be looked after and wants mum to do his laundry, etc, etc, and maybe that'll never go away. Sorry to my son's future wife, if you're watching this. But, you know, there's also that bit of him that yes, I do know best and I do know what I need to do and I will get on with it. And if I don't, it's down to me. So, fingers crossed he does well. It's such a stressful time for young people. There's so much put on them, and I know, you know, young kids shouldn't be tested in the way that they're tested. But obviously exams do play a part in the education system. We're never going to get away from that. I just really hope he does well. You know, if you've got a teen who's going through their exams at the moment and you have any questions or you want to have a conversation about how to support them or not, in my case, please do let me know how you're getting on in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and perhaps we'll have a coffee and a chat sometime soon. Bye!